Hey, today I'm talking about three 1980s horny horror anime films, all based off of works by this guy. And the names of those three films are Wicked City, Vampire Hunter D, and Demon City Shinjuku. First up is Wicked City. This is a 1987 film, and the basic premise is there is this treaty between our world and another world, and it's up for renewal. So the main male character has to team up with this demon lady sexy character person to protect this horny old man before he has to sign the treaty. And it's pretty solid. I definitely enjoyed this one. It starts off great. I love the opening because it's just this dude finally getting to have sex with this woman he's been trying to bang for a while. But then at the end of sex, spoilers, she turns into this spider creature and her vagina becomes a bunch of teeth, and it's like, oh my god, this is great. This movie is definitely the horniest of the bunch, and it's so horny. Oh my god. And it works, I would say, a decent amount of time. Not the entire time, but the opening scene is a good example of it being horny the right way. Because it was both properly horny and terrifying. Just to continue off of horniness, I didn't like how incredibly horny the old man was. It was just a bit unrelenting, and I was just like, okay, cool your jets, man. It's okay. You don't have to only talk about sex. We could talk about other stuff. And then the female lead of the film gets all kinds of sexual assaulted. Ugh. And it's not really presented as the worst thing, so I just like that vibe, but yeah. Other than that though, I really loved the weirdness of the creatures. A favorite moment of mine is there's this really great airport fight scene, and at one point, like, there's this eye that's sticking out, and then suddenly the eye opens up and there's teeth in there, and I'm like, ooh, that makes my skin crawl. So yeah, no, I just really loved all the different creature stuff. And I like the chemistry between the two leads, because there's definitely immediately like some vibes between them, but then there's also like the classic, oh, we kind of hate each other right away, but like it's not to its extreme. There is kind of an immediate trust between them, which I liked. I liked the story a lot, and I liked the world that they created, and I think the end was really good and satisfying. It wasn't what I was expecting, and so that was fun, but it makes complete sense. So yeah, no, I enjoyed this a good solid amount. If you want a good, fun, horny horror experience, this is that. Just be mindful there is some sexual assault stuff, so caution there. Otherwise though, it is a really solid little film. Next up is Vampire Hunter D. This is a 1985 film, and the basic premise is it's the far future. Vampires are in charge of the world, and they've made everyone live in kind of like feudal lifestyle stuff. But there's also mutants and werewolves and dinosaurs and just like all sorts of other creature things. And this one vampire wants to marry this young, beautiful woman, but she doesn't want to. Besides like the futuristic stuff and the mutant stuff, it is at its core a very basic vampire story. I believe the novel was based on the Dracula story, so it does make sense that that's the core of it. And like, I both want to say that they did do interesting things with it, but also they didn't really do a ton of interesting things with it. Like, I did like the world and universe that they created, but it is still just like a very essentially by the numbers vampire story, and it went very slowly. It's definitely going off of vibes, going off of atmosphere, and I get that. That aspect of it just didn't really hit me. I did enjoy like the mutants design, just like anytime it got really gross and weird, like when Vampire Hunter D went into the castle, it was just filled with all these disgusting creatures, and I'm like, this is my jam, let's keep it here. And then like his strange companion thing was strange and interesting. I don't know, what I found so fascinating about the film is that I found the film super interesting, but also incredibly boring. So I was just like kind of bored for so much of it, but I was still really interested in what was going on and wanted to keep watching, even though I was really bored. It was this strange mix. I'm not exactly sure how they did that, why it was hitting me like that. It just, I don't know. It's not something I've really experienced before, so it's hard to exactly process that. But I will say that the third act did have some good reveals. I do think it ended in a good place. Overall, I did like the movie. I would would say I enjoyed the movie, and I would cautiously recommend it, just in the sense of like it is slow and quiet and all about atmosphere, and the story is basic, though there is fun extra elements to it. So like just go into it with kind of the right mindset, set yourself up for success with this, and I think you can enjoy it more than I did. So yeah, decent film, would recommend. And lastly is Demon City Shinjuku. This is a 1988 film, and man, it was such a struggle for me to care. I could not make myself give a shit about anything. And like, it didn't feel like a bad movie. I couldn't be bothered with it. Like, it just wasn't grabbing me. No matter how hard I tried to latch on to any element in the movie, it just was not doing it for me. And I can't piece together why, because like, I feel like it had an interesting enough setup of, there was this big fight that happened, a huge chunk of, I think, Tokyo sunk down into the ground. 10 years have gone by, so now the city is kind of riddled with demons and stuff, and there's a big event that's about to happen. Like, that's interesting. The main boy is connected to the fight that led to it falling in. His lady friend is the daughter of the president. So I don't know. It was interesting. I liked the world. When we got to some of the more like interesting monsters, like the guy in the subway, I was like, oh, this is cool. But it just, I don't know. I couldn't be bothered to care, and that was so annoying because I really, really wanted to. I felt like there was plenty of stuff for me to grab onto. It just kept slipping out of my fingers, right? So that was so frustrating. So yeah, no, I honestly did not really care for this movie. Would I recommend it? I would say give it a chance, because I feel like the average person should connect to it better than I did, because again, I don't know why I didn't, why I couldn't, and I'm disappointed in myself that I'm not able to. So yeah, I would say like a cautious recommend, just because I wasn't able to enjoy it, so there's a chance you might not be able to, but I feel like the odds are in your favor that if you do think it's up your alley, that it'll be up your alley, and that you will be able to connect to it more than I did. So yeah, cautious recommend, but just only slightly cautiously. Alrighty, now for today's rankings. First up, we got Wicked City, sitting number 60 in the quite-like section. And then after that is Vampire Hunter D, sitting at number 81 in the liked section. And then bringing up the rear is Demon City Shinjuku, sitting at number 104 in the didn't like section. And this is out of a total of 114 old movies so far this year.